Hey, Mike with Nerd Problems Gaming here, the channel where we go through the good and bad of everything nerdy to make sure you spend your time on the best of the best. In today's video, I'll be doing a review of the game Ministeel, so let's get into it. So Ministeel is a quick fix strategy card game, and I look at it like a PvP RPG in a box. Now the game itself plays as you are a person that has 10 HP, and your goal is to defeat the other players playing the game. And so you're going to draw a hand of cards, and then in this hand is going to be various equipment, items you can use, potions, poison tokens to use against your opponents, and really the goal is to defeat everyone else and be the last person standing. So the game itself doesn't have a ton of components to it. It's mostly the cards and then a few different tokens that you can use to track your HP and damage, and then a couple tokens you can use to draw additional cards, as well as track the poison damage on each character. There's a dice that comes with it where you can roll that to get various actions on certain cards, as well as using that to determine attack and defense in some scenarios. Now, when you first get into this game and start playing, it's actually pretty quick to learn, but it does take a couple of games to kind of get the hang of it. But then once you have that down, it's pretty simple to play. It comes with a pretty simple rule fold out as well that goes through all the different cards. So if you ever have a question, you can just have this out on the table. So it's pretty handy. All the cards have these different pictures on them. So again, it's pretty simple to learn once you get it down. And then at that point, that's really where the game shines, because you know what's going on, you know what attacks and cards you really have in your hand, and then you can play them appropriately when you're playing against other people. Now, I mostly played this game in the two-player fashion, where it was me and my brother, and then me and my girlfriend played, and we all really enjoyed it. And it really wasn't until maybe the second or third game playing that we really got the hang of it and got into the flow of things, and that's what really started to get fun. But the good news is that you get that same kind of RPG battling experience that you might get in longer games that take a few hours to play. Well, this one can take 15 to 20 minutes, and if it's a really intense game, maybe it takes 30 to 40 minutes tops. And so that really just depends on your play style, kind of what cards you get, and the strategy that the other player is using. You might be able to hang on by a thread for a while and keep battling back and forth, and then it's anybody's game at that point. So I think the game really keeps you on your toes, and there's a lot of different strategies that you can use to win as you're playing as well. So you can poison different opponents, you can get different item cards that will counter basic attacks the other people are using. You can defend against attacks and kind of block incoming damage. There's certain cards that destroy other cards. There's equipable cards. So again, there's a lot to this game, but it's very simple to learn and then quick to play as well, which is great. So if you don't have a ton of time to commit to a couple-hour board game, but you want to have that RPG battling type experience, this is a great game to pick up and play. I also think this game has a lot of replay value because it is different every time that you play, and then it also is pretty quick to play a game. So again, if you're spending 15 minutes on a round, or again, the entire game basically, it's not that big of a deal to play another couple rounds of the game, and again, pick it up another time and play other games as well. So I think that it has that quick learning curve and then quick play time, makes it more accessible for a lot of people as well to pick up and play. So this might be a great introductory game to maybe longer campaigns of bigger board games that might take a couple hours to play if you like this kind of RPG genre. So like I mentioned, it's 2 to 4 players. Most of the games I played was 2 players, but I think it would be a cool dynamic as well if you're playing with more than 2 players. Now, finding a 2-player game that's actually entertaining, that is fun, that's quick, that's easy to learn, that's pretty hard to find. So that's cool that this game has that going for it. So if you have a spouse, you have a friend, you have a sibling, kids, whatever, this could be a great game to play because, like I said, it is pretty simple to learn and pick up. And then, like I said, I think it would expand more, have a little bit more strategy involved as you go into 3 and 4 players, because then it's not just you versus someone else, it's you versus everyone, which creates an interesting dynamic as well. And that could really alter the strategy that you're going to use as you play through the game. So the game itself isn't super expensive either, so I would definitely recommend picking it up and checking it out. There'll be links in the description below where you can actually pick up a copy of the game, but But let me know in the comments below if you think this game looks fun, if you want to check it out. If there's other games like this I should check out as well, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to smash that like button as it helps out the channel a ton. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on those bell notifications to get the latest updates of new nerd videos we put out here. And if you'd like to help us support the channel, pick out content and more, consider becoming a patron of ours over at nerdproblemsgaming.com/Patreon. And if you'd like to plug into our live streams and Let's Plays we do on the channel, you can follow us over on Twitch at nerdproblemsgaming.com/Twitch. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more soon.